What's good? It's Woog. I just wanted to provide an update. We were asking the question, how is Coachella going to respond to Kanye West pulling out as their Sunday headliner? And we have the answer to that. They have replaced Kanye West with The Weeknd and Swedish Mafia. So that is an emphatic response to the drama that the Coachella Festival was hit with a couple of days ago. And I mean, you don't get too much bigger and better than The Weeknd. I mean, you can't overstate how big of a run he's been on, especially with these last few albums. Like when he had first come out with the House of Balloons and that, trilogy series that was then issued out, or should I say reissued as a 3-part compilation. And then he started releasing albums. Kissland, I believe, is his first official album. Because don't get me wrong, he was on the map after, House of Balloons and so forth. But Kissland in 2013 was his first official album. But then it was the Beauty Behind the Madness album. That's the one with like the hills and I Can't Feel My Face. That was 2015, and that basically changed everything. He went from being a very popular, almost indie level artist to being one of the biggest pop sensations cross genre. And then he followed that up 1 year later with Starboy, and then After Hours in 2020. After Hours was a phenomenal album. It was snubbed Grammy-wise. It should have been up for one of the best albums of the year. But then he just dropped, a couple of months ago, Dawn FM, which is either right up there with the best albums that he's dropped yet, or it might even be his best album, exceeding all expectations and surpassing the greatness and quality of everything that he's released up to this point. Rarely do you see an artist's career trajectory keep on getting better and better with every release, even after they've hit basically crossover superstar success. The Weeknd is one of these rare cases. And now, Swedish House Mafia, they were already set to perform at this Coachella festival, but I think that they were basically moved from wherever they were going to be placed, which was still a bit of a question mark, to now headlining alongside The Weeknd. And it should be noted that Swedish House Mafia does have some production on this latest Dawn FM album from The Weeknd. They did co-produce How Do I Make You Love Me. They also co-produced Sacrifice. So yeah, they've worked together. And they also did a few remixes from some of the songs on Dawn FM. So, I was wondering how they were going to replace Kanye West. Were they going to move somebody else from like the second line of the festival bill? Like maybe like Doja Cat, or taking Lil Baby from like Friday, moving him from being like a second line level performer on Friday to then elevating him on the Sunday lineup? Or if they were going to take like Megan Thee Stallion from, Saturday and moving her to Sunday. But damn, Coachella just went big in getting The Weeknd to agree to perform. And you know what? I mean, this isn't The Weeknd's first Coachella performance. Yeah, I remember I went to the one in 2012. That was The Weeknd's Coachella debut. And so this is right on the heels of him releasing House of Balloons. So 2012, that's where, they had the Tupac hologram during the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre performance on Sunday. The other performers that weekend the headliners that weekend were the Black Keys on Friday, Radiohead on Saturday, and then it was Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre on Sunday. The Weeknd performed on that Sunday, but they were like 2 lines below. So there's the headlining line, then the second line, then the third line. The Weeknd was on that third line level in 2012, and then The Weeknd returned to Coachella 3 years later. We're talking 2015. By that point, The Weeknd was just on that second line. So on the Saturday that The Weeknd performed in 2015, that was when Jack White headlined that Saturday. The Weeknd was the very next artist mentioned on that second line. And it should also be noted that both in 2012 and in 2015, those were The Weeknd's first 2 Coachella performances. Sebastian Ingrosso from Swedish House Mafia also performed those 2 weekends. So they do have a history of performing on the same Coachella lineup multiple times in the past. So The Weeknd performed in 2012, then in 2015, and then in 2018. That was The Weeknd's first time headlining Coachella. So The Weeknd moved from the third line to the second line, and then in 2018 was the Friday headliner. So you could almost see the trajectory of The Weeknd's popularity, Coachella performance by Coachella performance, 2012, 2015, 2018. So that was his headlining debut, and now in 2022 he returns to the stage headlining Sunday along with Swedish House Mafia. So yeah, Coachella is definitely back on track, because I was thinking if they were going to replace Kanye West with something that was far less than equal value of somebody the stature of Kanye West, then you would have a lot of pissed off ticket holders, right? Well, no, it's not Kanye West, but damn, I mean, it doesn't get that much bigger than The Weeknd. So they did about as well as you can do replacing somebody of the notoriety and the popularity of Kanye West with The Weeknd. Props to Coachella for getting it together. I was really wondering how they were going to respond to this. Now we know. So I'm probably going to do one more video, just kind of when they release the actual set times and schedule, basically saying, okay, this is what I recommend if you're into this style of music, you know, folk rock versus like EDM or versus hip hop. These are the Friday and Saturday and Sunday must-sees, in my opinion. So I'm going to get into that once they release the actual schedule. But yeah, if you are a Coachella ticket holder, you can't be too mad about replacing Kanye West with The Weeknd. Phenomenal job. Let me know what you think about The Weeknd replacing Kanye West in the comments. And please, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you love music like I do. I'm Woog. Thanks for tuning in.